Was my software engineering degree worth it? Hell yeah, of course it was. Listen, where else are you going to find a six-figure job right out of school? The ability to work from home pretty much any day of the week. Highly transferable skill.
I'm going to say something and it's going to sound completely opposite of what people feel. It is our job to create computing technology such that nobody has to program.
Okay, for real though, I'm about to graduate debt-free and I've got a great job lined up despite the horrendous job market. I wanted to make this video to kind of share some thoughts about my degree. I'm gonna start with financials, because why else do people go to college? Okay, so the ROI turned out great, and I mean really great. I thought I was completely screwed my first year. I didn't do well in my first programming class. I wasn't familiar with the corporate game, and I couldn't find an internship. And then the following year, the market got even worse. And so I'm sitting there like, yo, I'm f***ed. But eventually, luckily, I found a way. And I've done 5 internships. Pretty good. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, coming into college, I thought I was gonna have an easy time. I was fed this idea that getting an internship at a prestigious company would come kind of easily, seeing how many people around me got into the Googles, the Amazons. Turns out that was pretty far from the truth. To be honest, I wasted a lot of time my first year. It got me nowhere. I was unemployed and demotivated. That's not a fun combo. Like literally, I remember sitting next to my friend in a computer lab when he got a phone call for an internship offer. I was super happy for him. He found an internship in a horrible job market, but then I fell in the trap of comparing myself to others, and I felt a little bit disappointed in myself. So my advice to my freshman self would be to spend more time working on meaningful side projects, apply to jobs early, ideally with a referral, and watch less anime and K-pop dance videos. I spent so much time watching those, what the f. So it was a massive net positive financially. What about career and personal growth? What about skills? Have I learned anything useful? To give a bit of background, in high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was studying for the sake of getting good grades and pleasing my parents. Outside of academics, I didn't really have much direction of my own, and I was basically just chilling with friends, playing video games, and watching anime. So I was having fun, while other more proactive students were already starting to code, they were attending science fairs, they were working with university professors, etc. I'm not saying that I should have been more proactive. I really enjoyed my high school days, but it's always an interesting thought. What if I started programming at 14? You never know. In terms of skills, I want to say that university gave me an easy and structured way to learn the fundamentals of software engineering. Okay, that's not completely true. So university exposed me to a bunch of concepts, but at the end of the day, I had to teach myself. Because let's be honest, a lot of the content taught at school is either outdated or straight garbage. Whether it's a trash professor and you need to teach yourself the entire course, or you're on the job at an internship and you come across a new technology or a new concept, self-learning is pretty much inevitable. Now, could I have been more strategic with the courses I took? Oh, definitely. Some kids, by their second year, were already taking graduate level courses. And you know, hats off to them. That's insane dedication and interest at such a young age. I think for me though, I would have needed more discipline and knowledge of the tech industry and just the corporate world in general. But you know, I think I planned my degree out pretty well. For example, I knew I wanted to go on exchange pretty early on. But my school and program at the time made it very difficult to choose courses. So I spent a lot of time doing research into foreign schools and classes I could take abroad. Also, university was a playground for me to explore new things, meet new people, and step outside of my comfort zone. Since I basically went to university in my hometown, I already had friends from high school that I hung out with. I could have easily spent all 4 years around them, especially because at the beginning, meeting new people was difficult because of the global event. But I'm very glad that I ventured out and joined a few extracurriculars. Some of them were career related, while others were not. Regardless, I think taking that step to join those clubs and meet new people helped me break out of my shell and shape my early adulthood. So yeah, I'm really glad that I went to university and majored in software engineering. I know for a fact that college played a big role in my personal and professional growth. But because university mostly coincides with early adulthood, a time period that's full of change anyway, I can't say for sure that the growth I experienced wouldn't have happened had I not gone to college. You know what I'm saying? It's I find it kind of interesting to think about. All right, those are my thoughts. Let me know if you have any comments. I'd be curious to know what you think. All right, peace.